Yo YouTube, welcome back to another video, and yes, it's the Traitless tournament strat, and a lot of you guys are probably annoyed that the strat does not get you to your top 1 and at top 1, top 3, or it depends on your bracket to be honest. So pretty much what happened is, um, scaling has increased for the tournaments, so that's why it looks a lot harder than it actually was beforehand. And a lot of the high scores like 4.2k or like 4.4k, these guys are like impossible to reach. I got 4 point I got this score. So it's kind of a bummer, but you know, we can only hope that they reset brackets. I've already asked, and the issue is they're kind of occupied with trading, so it's kind of cooked, you know. They're just occupied with trading, so they're not gonna actually reset brackets. And if they do, lay on Yoroichi's lap. Alright, bruh. If they do, it'll be like last day or maybe tomorrow. We'll just hope and pray in it because they're too occupied trading. There's a lot of bugs in there, and they want to push that out as soon as possible because you know the game is kind of dry right now. You know, there's only a few things to do, so I feel like trading will maintain it until the next update. But pretty much, this is the team. You know, Broly, Sanjaru, DIO, Weather Report, Smith, and Griffith. And that's pretty much it. Let's just get into it. I'm gonna say DIO is so crazy, man. He actually carries so hard. He's actually some brain dead unit, and I don't know if we can power creep him with the next Vanguard, which should be 9.5 or I don't know when it is, but yeah. Let's just get into this. Alright, so basically, oh man, dude, my brain is blanking. What am I on about? So first off, we're just placing our newsmen to slow them and take down the armored stocks. Then we're placing our Griffith to activate Eclipse. And then we place another newsman up the front on the mobs that are spawning right now. There. And then our Broly, not Broly, we get Deal here and you use the Rupture one. That way he can just apply a lot of damage to these mobs. And you just place the Sunjurus and let them deal damage, plus also having them summon. And now you get Smith down. You wanna get, oh my days, that voice crack, oh my days. I wanna get him down pretty early because it allows him to get the ores up. And I'm just pre-placing the Broly's trying to see where I'm gonna place them. And this is the area I'm gonna place them. Oh yeah, for those that did not pay attention to the intro, pretty much the scaling has increased, that's why it looks a lot harder. And currently the brackets have not been reset because we're waiting for it. But the issue is they're too occupied with trading. So I don't know if they'll reset the bracket. It's kinda cooked. So Griffith to last. And then now we place our Broly's. And now we just replace Steel so he can have utilize his range a bit better. And here, if you want, you can set Deal to stun, Rupture, whatever you want to do in it. And now you replace Sundry back there and set this guy to bosses and have him on stun mode. So he's just constantly stunning the boss. Oh my. Yo, did that second voice crack, my bad. Yeah, now you just want to replace your not replace, just place your other web reports. Somehow we're already at 24 FPS. Optimization actually stinks, man. It's actually funny. Yeah, give your Griffith the damage weapon. Silver sword, yeah, silver sword. Silver sword. You can also give Dio the range buffer right now as well. So I think that's silver spear, yeah. Giving that boy the range so he can get some attacks in. Then using the sword of actuation on the furthest one, so on the far right. And maxing him out, set him to last. Moving the spare Sanjaru back to the back. And using auto rise. Use the masterwork, the Dragon Slayer on the middle one. And then on the furthest one, from basically the one next to Griffith, we're gonna use the Salamander. Because we're gonna give Dio the burn status effect to make the most of it. And now that we got Dio to full AoE, we can set him to burn if you want at this point. I'm pretty sure at this point I still have him on stun right now. You're gonna get all your Sanjurus to upgrade 3 at least. Just to make sure that no demons just sell them. Or delete them actually. And give them the damage swords as well. So silver swords to all of them. The final one has been placed there. And here we can just time stop if you want. But I'll just read in that passive. For this part, I'm confused on part, yeah. What I'm confused about is, do the takedowns carry across both forms, or does that certain deal need to get the takedowns? So the reason I had this one, just is it above heaven one? Yeah, the reason I had the above heaven one, just on the map the whole time, was just to get takedowns, see if it works. Because there's pretty much no limit to that passive, so you can pretty much have your things come back so quick. And now this Sino Broly is maxed. We'll give him damage for now, but after we're gonna give him the salamander. And the rest of the money goes into DIO. You can also use the above heaven again because it does give him a damage boost of 50% damage. As long as you have the above heaven time stop for the boss, you're fine. And by the way, you don't get DIO passes upgrade. You keep him at upgrade 8. Oh, I got distracted, my bad. What was going on? But yeah, you're just saving your time stop for the boss. So you're just waiting. And you're gonna put upgrades to Sanju as well. So as soon as the boss spawns, you do it. So as soon as you do time stop, you switch to the other form and you set to stun. So I'll just alternate between freeze and stun, but doesn't make too much of a difference. And now you can switch back to above heaven and use the time stop again. You see, look right here, above heaven, time stop and switch back. And then go back to you can go burn mode this time because there's no boss in range. But I maintained stun mode this time, but you don't really need it. See, I went back to burn mode and I gave this is one salamander dagger to the furthest Broly. And this way he gets 20% more range, plus he also does 20% more damage to burning enemies. And since we are using burn mode, there's a lot of burning enemies on our range. So it works perfect. And at this point, all Sanju should just be maxed soon. And you see this boss gets melted as well. And that's the same case for the next boss. You switch to stun mode when the boss spawns, and time stop him as much as possible. And then you go into burn mode as well. And then you maintain burn mode until the end. Oh my days, I'm getting very distracted, sorry. And see, it's just the same case. Set the bosses and then, of course, go back to stun. Oh, yeah, click stun there. And then give this damage one back to Broly. And then we're using Broly's domain at wave 43. And then same case again, and we go back to stun mode. And the same case as the last boss, this boss just gets demolished as well. And yeah, same case with this. I don't know why I went to stun mode, just me being stupid. But I did a run after this, and I did not need it at all. And let's see, go back to burn mode, and we just do the same thing. Salamander dagger on our Broly. It's pretty much a non-stop just cycle of doing the same shit over again. And as I said before, you don't need to really time stop this boss and follow him with stun and that. You can just stay on the burn mode if you want. So I switched to stun, but no, I kept burn, yeah, that's good, that's fine. Okay, this one was not the stun mode, that's perfect. You don't have to stun him at all, you just keep Broly like that. Keep your deal like that as well. Wait, the reason I'm getting confused, I did like only 3 runs, so still might have been a 1 run where I just stunned him, innit? And it's just doing the same thing again. Switching, time stop, going back, and burn mode. And here I just turned my graphics low and tags off because, you know, the FPS was dropping like crazy. And since the boss won't reach base, you don't have to times up again. You're gonna stay in your regular form, standless. We're removing a sundry from the back as well and moving him to the front. And the reason for this is because I'm gonna use him for his nukes. And yes, it is depleted, but he makes enough mana back. So like you'll see, his mana fluctuates. It just goes back to 0 and then it goes back up. So let me attack. It go to 0 and then it just goes back right up. You see? So there's enough instances where you can think it. You can click yes now because you want to maintain wave 58 for the longest. But you see, I only got 20 seconds of wave 58 and that's our peak Broly wave, so it'll be more efficient to actually have auto off for like only 5 seconds and 57. And then auto off the whole time of 58. And that's pretty much it for the run. You just spam your nukes towards the end and that's it. So like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.